so this is your first fight camp, with the fans back as well. How will you use this to your advantage, do you think?
Makes no difference. Crowd, no crowd. Eddie's back garden or not. A fight's a fight.
So second question, have you set a target for when you want to become world champion? Any particular time or?
Listen, I didn't think I'd make it to where I am now, let alone.
Yeah.
So it could be in the next few fights. Could be in the next 6 years. I mean, when you look at Kell Brook, you think he turned pro at 18 and won his world title when he was 28. That's including his massive amateur pedigree. So it's hard to not put a time frame on it. I mean, really, I could have done with so many more learning fights like the Americans do. They build up their records. Not necessarily to pad them out. I wouldn't say they pad their records, but they get as many learning fights as they can, so that when the fights do happen, the big fights do happen, they cannot be more ready.
Yeah. So how do you view Adrian Granados? Would you say is your toughest fight yet, or kind of just a stepping stone in your way to the top?
Well, it's definitely a stepping stone on my way to the top, but so is Vargas and Formella. But he's definitely a better test. I mean, he keeps talking about how, oh, I've been in with the best. I've been in with this, but I've been in with this top boy. You're in with another top boy. Do you know what I mean? When Vargas said, oh, I've been in with Amir Khan and Virgil Ortiz, etc., etc. I'm like, well, that's your fault that's your mistake for not putting me up there where I know I am. So same with Formella, when he said, oh yeah, you know, I've been tested at a higher level. Fine, so be it. But you know, if you want to find out the hard way, you find out the hard way.
Yeah. And one last one from me. So obviously the last fight was over very early. Are you prepared to go to the distance, or are you not willing to let that happen and try and end it early?
Of course, I'm prepared to go to the distance. I think, do you know what? The rounds are so important. As much as it's nice to get a first round knockout, the rounds are so important. You need rounds. So funny enough, I was disappointed that the Vargas fight went one round. Just because there's still question marks. Although I beat Formella convincingly, you still have to answer certain times throughout a fight. So to progress my career, I definitely want to get some rounds in.
I think I saw Adrian Granados in the recent videos. I think it was on Matchroom's channel. He called you England's new golden boy. So I'm thinking maybe that might be the view, maybe overseas, as you being one of the shining stars over here. Do you see yourself as that?
No, I don't. But then again, as you just said that, I see someone taking a picture of my plate and driving off. Do you know what, man? No, I don't, man. It's just, I don't know. To be honest, I don't see myself that way. I see myself as a husband, as a father, as a grandson, as a person. You know, I don't see myself as the future of British boxing or the glitz and glam that, you know, everyone be calling me, because at the end of the day, say I lose my next 3 fights, what, am I finished? That's what people are going to say. So you got to learn to take what people say with a pinch of salt. As again, yes, it is flattering, but no, I don't. No.
I think you could be forgiven for kind of seeing yourself as that sort of thing in a way, but you there in your response, it seems like you're keeping your feet firmly on the ground. What is it about you that makes you do that? And are there people around you that also do that for you as well?
I don't know, to be honest, mate. I think it's just the way I am. I don't see myself any different from the geezer sitting next to me or filling up his car next to me in a petrol station. At the end of the day, I've got 2 arms, 2 legs. I've got soul, I've got spirit, and you know, so does everyone else. So, am I talented at what I do? I am, but that doesn't mean that I'm all that in a bag of chips. You know, I won't ever get carried away like that. I just don't think it's in my makeup. So no, it is what it is. I think it's just the way I am. I think it's the way my parents instilled in me. You think my dad's 2-time world champion used to take me Salvation Army to get my clothes. he I didn't know about designer. He kept my feet firmly on the ground, as well as giving me a luxury life, which I think is hard to do. So credit to my parents, but they've never raised me that way. My dad used to work for in charity shops. So I think it's just me observing from young has made me the way I am.
Being a dad, surely that's been the ultimate blessing for your career, to give you that extra drive and hunger to sort of push you further.
No,
Okay.
it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't. I mean, see, my dad, yeah, he was my dad first before anything else to me. So him being Nigel Benn, 2-time world champion, Hall of Famer, was irrelevant. He was my dad, and it was how he is as a dad, who he is as a man, what I see from a baby growing up, and I just want to be a good dad, make good decisions. He's changed me as a man in the life I live, who I am, what I do, what I stand for, what I represent, what I do, what I don't do. He made me more think about things like that rather than boxing. Because at the end of the day, I'm self-driven. I'm very motivated. I don't need my son to help me get up out of bed at 3 a.m. and run. I don't box to put food on the table. I don't fight to put food on the table for Eli. I do that for myself. Anything I choose to have done, I would have provided anyway. I haven't got to fight for that. Do you know what I mean? Sorry.
No, definitely. Whereas, you know, like you mentioned there, you were saying about your dad, who's obviously been the inspiring man in your life. Does he still talk to you a lot in regards to giving you pointers when you get an opponent chosen, or how's it work with your dad?
My dad's just my dad.
Yeah.
He don't really say much apart from, yeah, son, don't let him get into his rhythm. When you get him, pounce on him. You know, and that's it. That's my dad. You know, when you see him pounce him, and that's just my dad. He's old school. Go in there, let him know about it, set the tone. And that's just the way my dad is. So, but my dad again helps me more in where it really matters, and that's life.
Yeah. And as I say, I bet you was well chuffed in your last fight when you literally jumped the guy and had him out within seconds, because we were buzzing in this house, mate.
Yeah, well, he called me up. I called him up, and I've gone, yeah, Dad. You know what I done? Yeah, I pounced on him, mate.
No, Conor, thank you very much, and
Pleasure.
appreciate your time.
Pleasure, mate.
Okay, go to Joe from Seconds Out next, please.
Hi, Conor, you're right.
What's happening, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. So I know you just spoken to Charlie about, he said you're the first main event on the Zone, on Fight Camp.
Yeah.
It's obviously another world title. It's not for the Super WBA belt, but it's still a world title. Why do you think that your main event? Maybe this is a chance to sort of blow your own trumpet.
What do you mean?
Like, why do you think your main event ahead of a world title fight?
Oh, got you. I just think there's more of a demand to see me fight. No discrediting any world champions out there. I think that's it. That's just it. There's people want my viewing numbers are heavyweight numbers, so people want to tune in to see me fight. And I think that's what it comes down to. Where the viewing figures are at.
And how much do you think a step up Granados is from Vargas on April the 10th? They're both. Pardon?
He's definitely a step up. He's a lot more cute. He's a tough opponent. You got to remember, every fight at this level now is hard work. So you prepare for hard work. You prepare for a hard 12 rounds. If it goes any sooner, then lovely.
What do you think Granados has done better to Vargas in his career?
I don't know. I haven't really studied much on Vargas. I know he's fell short a few times. When I mean short, I mean really short. The fight of Adrian Broner, I believe he won. Robert Easter, Sean Porter. I mean, you're talking the best fighters of our era. So, he's been in there with all them and just fell short of a few.
And lastly, have you seen the video Eddie posted? I think it was called the Undefeated Podcast, and they're like doing an impression of you at the corner shop. Have you
Yeah, I see it. I
what
see
do
it.
you think of it?
Do you know what? I'm just that guy, and I'm just intense, and I can't help it. Like, I was ordering food the other day, and my missus has gone, are you right there, Franny? And then the woman's walked off, and then she's come back, and I've gone, was I frowning? I'm so sorry. She's gone, yeah, it's just a little bit. I've gone, I'm so sorry, I've eaten now. But you just don't, I'm just a moody geezer, apparently.
Did you ask for the change?
Of course I did.
Love that. Well, good luck on Saturday, and yeah, nice one.
Thank you.
Okay, and lastly, if we go to Chris Ridgway, please.
Hey, Conor, you okay?
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Just a quick one. We were with Campbell Hatton the other day, and he was saying that he's been speaking to you a lot about advice you've given him. You're one of the few fighters that have shared the same path as that he's starting, if you like. Just wondering if you could open up a little bit on your relationship with Campbell and how you've seen his career start.
Well, funny enough, his dad's career was the first fight I ever went to. His last fight, his first fight I've ever went to, and it was incredible. So ever since then, I've been a massive Ricky Hatton fan. I mean, I believe he was the last fighter of that sort of era, so to speak. So then seeing Campbell come on and turn pro, it was like he don't know what he's in for.
Yeah,
it's in terms of, because I didn't have a clue. I didn't know that'd be the way it is, but it is the way it is. And it's more so people. I wouldn't say it's any career advice I've given him or any career or boxing advice. It's more so dealing with the pressure, dealing with the hype, dealing with all them sort of things, if you know what I mean.
Do you think that's the way you've progressed more over the last couple of years, rather than boxing skill set? I mean, obviously that's improved, that's why you train, etc. But do you think that's where you've developed the most, because you've had to grow through that where Campbell is now?
Yeah, it makes you tougher mentally. It makes you more cold-blooded, so to speak, as in, like, just makes you an angry person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'll come through it. You just got to be mentally tough. You don't let it break you. Do you know what I mean? Because when you've had bad performances, or if Campbell has bad performances, it's the end of the world. It's who cares, man? Just use it as a learning curve. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Because you're never as good as you are when they say when you're winning, and you're never as bad as they say when you lose.